Matthew 24:11. Many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
That's right. And iniquity has abounded, man. Hey, to the point, like the brother brought out, man. Hey, their sins have reached into the heavens, man. That's how much it has abounded. It has reached to the heavens, and why Yahushua is fed the hell up.
But he, verse 13, that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
And that's enduring to this end, man. Okay, then you're gonna be saved from what? Thermonuclear missiles or thermonuclear fire. Alright? Not from nobody's walking around saved right now. You got people, I got saved 5 years ago.
Saved from what? From what?
Smoking a seed. Alright.
Jake survived the drive-by.
Like I said.
Verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come.
Hey, then shall the end come. And see, once again,
did that happen in 70 AD? Was the apostles out prophesying all that? And ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, who shall read it, let him understand.
See, now it's going to 70 AD. It went from talking about the end of the world and talking about the abomination of desolation. That's talking about the Roman army, right? The Roman Empire. And stand in the holy place, they destroyed our temple, and they destroyed us and separated us as a people. So that's what that's talking about.
Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Now he's going into 70 AD. He went to the end. He addressed that question first.
Right.
Then he talked about the end. And then now he's going into 70 AD. See, you gotta know where to flip back and forth, man.
Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house.
That means don't come back, get your shit. Oh, I left this way. Oh man, that's my favorite. Yeah.
My AirPod.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all, you can walk through. Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah. No? Yeah. Don't go back and get. Yeah. Don't go back to get any of your sacred belongings because, hey, you're not gonna be able to take what you can keep them, and they all bad. It's all bad. Yep.
Verse 18. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
Because it was hard as hell, man, having the damn moving into the mountains. You got some Jake that actually went to the mountains, the north, all right? But then you got also Jake that fled mostly into Africa, west coast of Africa, man, and are still there. You got Fort Judah over there, man.
It says, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
So that's talking about, and then in that day, we actually held the Sabbath to a more higher regard, so to say. So to break the Sabbath would be like, now it's like, okay, say it happened. It's gonna be some days we in Jacob's trouble, and the Sabbath's gonna happen. What you gonna do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But back then, it was like, we had the Old Testament, we read how the earth opened up, they was killed because picking up sticks on the Sabbath day, and we held the Sabbath to a more respectful regard. But now, you know, we done fell away from it. All right, us brothers in the know, we try the best of our ability. Yeah. All right, but we're not gonna not go to work on a Sabbath. We're gonna get fired. You know what I'm saying? Or wrote up, you know what I'm saying? So that, and times have changed. So that's talking about 70 AD.
It says, verse 21, for there shall be great tribulation.
Oh,
here
now
it goes, right here.
Yeah.
For there shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
Did 70 AD surpass the flood?
Right.
The Exodus out of Egypt?
Right.
No, man. It's talking about this time that's become these end days. You see?
I got one to back that up.
Yep.
Daniel 12 and 1.
That's it.
And at that time shall
And he had it
Michael
on deck.
stand up, the great prince was standing for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
And that's talking about the end times, but if I'm not mistaken, it talks about the abomination of desolation. I don't think it's in the same chapter, but it talks about when the Romans are going to besiege the temple and and that's what we was talking about, the abomination of desolation in Daniel. He was talking about the Roman Empire taking us over, splitting us up and destroying the temple. But that's 12:1 is talking about Jacob's trouble, the time that's to come in these days.
Yeah, and it was literally almost the exact same verbiage. Yeah. Excuse me, it was the same verbiage. Man. You know, so because all the prophets said the same thing. Verse 22, Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
That's right, for the elect's sake. Those days are going to be shortened, man. These days,
man, he's speeding them up, man. I mean, we can't keep up, man.
Right.
We in damn almost the end of damn. We almost at the Passover, man.
That's crazy.
We basically are fourth of the way through the so-called 2021.
Right.
Which is nuts, man.
Right, and then and then you can tell, like, when Jake grew up, like I grew up in the 90s. So it's like those days was long ass days. You can, like, if you a kid, you like you stay outside forever. Now it's like, dog, you look up, you wake up at 8 or 9, you turn around, it's 4 o'clock. Like, what? 5 o'clock. So yes, that time got picked up. Like, what the fuck? Damn, bro. What the hell? God damn, it's 5 o'clock.
Hey, merciful, that's a mercy for the elect, man. Hey, but he's doing that for the elect's sake,
Exactly.
man. Yeah, these days, for y'all, these are some miserable ass, long ass dog days, man. Y'all can't get away from it, man. For us, Lord willing, we are. That's us.
Yeah, because
go back quick.
the people future is so much here in Babylon. All they can see is days keep going on like this for 30 years. Our future is the kingdom, so we know. Hey, we know anytime this shit about to be over, man.
Verse 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is a Messiah, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Messiahs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Yeah, you're going to have Esau fucking around with the damn, probably a blue man. We even going to have these left-handed prophets, or these sorcerers out here doing wonders and miracles. And you be like, what the fuck?
Hell, they're going to be putting brain chips. But think about it, you got a paralyzed dude, right? Can't walk for 20 years. With that brain chip in his hand, can't walk.
He's dust your ass. Get on me. Yeah, this thing. Like, goddamn. He dumped on your head. Oh, your ass. You like, what the fuck?
That's gonna make the masses want to get it.
Want to get it? Yeah. I don't want to break. Can I get one on?
They see the 5'8" niggas dunking, running fast. Oh, you might be able to get 10 women.
You get
You talk better. You know how to get money. You know how to stock market. You know how to invest.
It's like that movie, I forgot. Limitless,
Those are those left-handed miracles that are going to be done through this technology, the left-handed technology, man. That's literally.
And the scriptures say the hopeful elect ain't gonna be deceived by that shit. We're gonna see it like
left. All right. That's a good try.
It says I'll just finish it out. It says or just this last verse. It says behold, I have told you before. So I mean, hey, so he's told us, man, and so we know. And notice how it started out saying that the disciples came to him privately. So this ain't for everybody, right? And it's for the elect.
Hey, like John Baptist.
Who plunged in the fleet of the rapture?
Bring forth snakes.
Serpents.
Yeah. Y'all about to, we trying to,
Cobra?
We started talking and then go to the
Second Ezra 15:1, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord.
That's what we're doing right now, man. We're speaking the words of prophecy that the Lord Yahweh is on top. Putting our mouths to warn our people, man. And moreover, the elect of our people.
It reads, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Yeah, these words are faithful and true, man, no matter if you believe it or not. All right? Only the elect is going to believe on the words of Yahweh Shah. And that's who we out here for. We're not here for nobody else.
Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Yeah.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yeah, so you got the majority, 66.6% of our people out here just faithless, man. You know what I'm saying? Just running them up. You know what I'm saying? And bowing to false idols and gods and believing on ancestors and shit like that, man. Hey, and they're gonna get what's coming to them.
It said, for all the unfaithfulness shall die in their unfaithfulness. Right. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Now that's going back to Jeremiah 15. And those 4 winds that the Lord has 4 angels holding back. Separate one over there in the Middle East. Yahweh Shabbat. But then there's one over here that he's going to activate as well. You know.
God says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
That sins are risen to heaven, man. To the heavens.
The second Ezra 15:15, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
That's right, so you're going to have race wars, you're going to have basically total anarchy out here on these streets, man. Because it's going to be, the government is not going to be here to have their police force and military, except for one thing, and that's to enforce people to get that chip. That RFID microchip that's spoken of in Revelation the 13th chapter, 14th, 16th verse.
Yeah, because they ain't going to be the regular police, it's going to be the MP, it's going to be the military.
Yeah, it's going to be foreign
troops. Yeah, that's what's going to be.
Yeah,
regular police.
National Guard.
They're going to be United Nations troops over here.
Yeah.
Busting y'all's heads, the blue helmets.
Yep.
Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
And nobody's gonna give a fuck about laws. Nobody's gonna get total anarchy, like I said, man. They're not gonna regard your kings and princes, your fucking generals, your damn chief of police.
You've already seen it.
Yeah,
you got
right
you
now.
see what the governor of Florida's doing? He's saying, fuck it, my whole state's open, man. Fuck you,
Yeah,
yeah,
people going to Florida,
you know people in Florida, they are heading out of New York City, they take off, somebody sent me an email, in Florida, they said Florida is like the wild, wild west, where all the hookers is going, all the drug users are going down there, because that state is wide open. But you know,
Verse 17, a man shall be able, so like a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
That's right. So, hey man, it's gonna be basically it's gonna be martial law. They're gonna basically, to the best of their ability, because they're not gonna be able to get everybody. They're gonna try to get people from not going off the grid, or aka going into the wilderness, and they're gonna try to control everybody that's in these cities. You know what I'm saying? Keep them under control, put them in concentration camps, and make sure that they get chipped. Yep.
Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
That's right, and that's falling right into their plan because they're going to control the water, control the food, okay, and ultimately they want their agenda, their new world order, okay, to come into effect, which is not going to happen. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to step in and thwart their plans, man, you know, and he's going to save his elect out of Jacob's trouble and everything that, you know, we've been reading about.
That's beautiful. And just like it said, while they're eating, he's going to rain it upon their own heads.
That's right. Yep.
So before they can realize their plans to the fullest, you know, before they can fulfill it the way they want, Yahushua, like Brother said, going to interrupt them violently.
That's right. Hey, hopefully that was edifying. We're going to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Hey, peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. Shalom.